We must make haste and reach Orléans safely. The Duke of Orléans is expecting us. Perchance we will meet with our enemies. However, if we are protective of each other, we shall both survive the journey. Your sword is at your disposal when the need arises. Let's move along, shall we?
The first mission sets you in the boots of Jeanne d'Arc, and you're tasked with following a very straight corridor all the way to Orléans. You'll start facing off enemies right away, and the combat is very reminiscent of pretty much any good action RPG games. The one that feels the closest to is actually Dynasty Warrior, where you are a leading general facing off hordes of enemies. Then you quickly learn that you need to destroy crates so you can acquire foods like bread to heal yourself or apples to re-energize yourself. And you keep following the road until you find a crate with a hidden quiver. And it opened up a new perspective to the game, the ranged weapons. And it is a little bit odd how it plays, because when you go into first person mode to shoot, while there's no animation, you only get a crosshair with colors on it, and it's very straightforward to aim and hit your enemies. If your crosshair is yellow, you'll absolutely miss anything you shoot at, but if it is green, you'll land every single arrow unless the enemy gets knocked down or moves out of the path. Then you keep moving down the path until you find the reinforcement that the Duke d'Orléans sent your way. Then you have to defeat a couple more of English dogs that stand in your path, and then you have the chance to go into small alcoves out of the main corridor to clear out a couple groups of archers, which is kind of important to do because there will be an ambush and you will be right in the middle of these two groups of archers. So you need to make sure that they're well taken care of before you get caught. Then you have a few more skirmishes and you finally reach the city of Orléans.
And not a moment too soon.
And we proceed on to the second mission, and the first part is to go in Orléans and visit the blacksmith and the shop, and we get a glimpse of what we're really fighting for.
There's a country to be saved!
After visiting both stores, we finally get a development to the story, and the city of Orléans is under siege by the evil English forces. The first objective is very simple. It is simply to close off the gate to stop the flood of English dogs into the city of Orléans. Once that is done, the second objective is even more simple. It's just to slaughter whichever one got inside before they have a chance to slaughter the city. Once this task is done, we proceed on to the next one, and it is to throw a counterattack onto the English settlements in the area. So enjoy this short montage. second mission really sets the mood for the rest of the game. The maps keep getting bigger and longer, and the enemies keep getting more numerous and numerous. Definitely different from the first mission, but we have to get used to it because the game keeps changing, as you will see very shortly. After destroying the two English gentlemen and capturing them, we return to the city where we can acquire a brand new armor for Jeanne d'Arc that will be extremely useful in future endeavors. And this concludes the second mission. La Pucelle d'Orléans has saved the city from the English invasion and has repelled them out into the Badlands. So the next mission will actually be very interesting, as it is a follow-up with a direct attack into two different English camps. Of course, it wasn't really that easy to finish a mission, because just as I thought it was over, the 30 English dog attacked the castle again with cannons. But a quick thinking with explosive arrows allows us to deal quickly with this threat and end the mission with no danger at all.
What are you doing? We are to prevent, not invite the English from entering.
And here we have our first boss that we have to nicely let inside the city of Orléans.
My health is faltering.
He is Jean de la Pole, which is not really a real French name, and his as terrible brother William de la Pole, which is actually Guillaume en français. The quick duel becomes almost an assassination as all our troops joins, and both de la Pole are alone, but they do give us nice loot before escaping. French scum, this time you had the advantage of surprise. But rest assured, I'll come to destroy your villainous kind. Sorry, I had to do that voiceover. But anyway, with all the English stuck outside, we finally win the second mission.
There is an English encampment just ahead. However, according to our scout's report, this is only a small camp. A much larger one lies due west, a good distance. Taking hold of both camps is essential if we are to free the vicinity of any enemy activity.
This game definitely looks beautiful. The sun is shining bright, and the music sounds like something else. Reminds me of the game where I learned all about Jeanne d'Arc. Yes, this is an authentic medieval simulator. And of course this game didn't steal Age of Empires 2 theme music. The only thing it stole from Age of Empires 2 is the second campaign here, and I don't think they finished it. They probably did a poor job looking at what we're getting as a campaign, but we'll get much more details later. Here we simply capture the fort and then defend against an English offensive. And once that objective is completed, we move on to our secondary objective, the one of attacking the much larger and well-fortified camp. We do have a nice gift at this first camp. It is the horses. Yeah, no, I think I'd rather walk. And not very far from there we encounter an execution of Frenchmen by devil English dogs. and we interrupt this execution and save the French prisoner to move on to the Great Camp. And not too far up the road we finally see this larger fort, and the access point we decided to take is well fortified, so we actually cut through the forest and try to flank the fortifications. It is a quite perilous journey, but we have to do it to save France. There's nothing else we can do.
You're a dead man.
We have to take all the risk that we need to defend our own land from the evil English dogs.
I'm afraid I can no longer assist you. My weakening health prevents
Maybe
me
be
from
careful
fighting
about
anymore.
that. But now let's talk a little bit about the characters that we have. On our team we have Jeanne d'Arc, who needs absolutely no introduction. If you don't know Jeanne d'Arc, I don't even know why you're looking at this video. But we also have our first companion from the first mission, who assured us we will survive together, Jean de Metz, who is also an historical character, but the backstory is a bit different. The real Jean de Metz, also known as Jean de Nouillonport, was actually a non-noble person who hated Jeanne in her first travel to Chinon to meet with the Dauphin. Jean stayed by the side of Jeanne for the rest of her camping, and following the closure event of her life, he was granted titles for the support he gave to the French kingdom by the king Charles VII. As for the villains like Alexandre de la Pole and his brother Guillaume de la Pole, I wasn't able to find any historical records of these two persons, so I guess they're just fictional. So now I have to talk a bit about the difficulty of the game. So right now I'm playing at easy, the easiest difficulty that is available in the game, and it is quite hard, which is why at first I wanted to make a review of the title, but I decided against, and I think it will give more value to everyone if I actually go through the whole story, because first of all I don't think it's a game really worth playing, because it's very difficult to, and it also is very long. So I think it's best if we just explore a story together. But I'll leave that up to you to decide. If you want though, make sure to subscribe for more and drop a like to let me know. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and see you next time.